Hello and welcome to Seru exam portal. Today I am going to explain another Seru mock test for you. First of all, question number 1. What are the conditions when you receive a private hire driver license with a letter? Option number 1. Normally TfL will send you a London PHB driver's license for 3 years. Option number 2, keep the letter and comply with any conditions relevant to you. Option number 3, TfL may send you a London PHB driver's license for a year. Last option is all the above. Correct answer is the last one. Let's try next one. Which of the following statements is correct? Option number 1, the insurance policy may not be valid when the vehicle is licensed. Option number 2, hire or reward insurance is optional for PHVs. Last option is insurance policy must be valid when the vehicle is licensed. Correct answer is the last one. Let's try next question. Which of the following statements is not true? Now we are looking for negative answer. First of all, option number 1, TfL's license checker tool contains the details of all licensed private hire drivers. Option number 2, TfL's license checker tool contains the details of the operators. Option number 3, TfL's license checker tool contains the details of all family members. Correct answer is the last one. Your family members are not involved with your job. That's why next question. TfL advises drivers not to report incidents as soon as possible to which of the following organizations? Option number 1, to police on 101. Option number 2, to police on 999. Option number 3, to DBS. And last option is to TfL. Correct answer is DBS. Let's try next question. What should you do if the passengers cannot communicate clearly to confirm their destination because of drink or drugs? Option number 1, you have the right to refuse to take them in your vehicle. Option number 2, they have the right to use your vehicle. Option number 3, you have the right to take them in your vehicle though you are not sure about address. Last option is all the above. What should you do? The question asking you, what should you do if the passenger cannot communicate clearly? What should you do if the passenger cannot communicate clearly? You have the right to refuse to take them in your vehicle. Let's try next question. What should you do if the passenger cannot communicate clearly to confirm his destination? Option number 1, refuse to provide any service. Option number 2, speak to your friend of the customer over the phone to confirm his address, destination. Option number 3, do nothing. Option number 4, guess his address. Correct answer is speak to your friend. Let's try next question. What not to include when you are recording an incident? Option number 1, brief description of the incident. Option number 2, religious belief. Option number 3, name, description of clothing, and gender of the attacker. Correct answer is religious belief. There is nothing wrong with the faith or religion. Therefore, the correct answer is religious belief. Let's go to next question. Which of the following statements is true? Operators must report to the police any complaints that involve possible crimes. Option number two, it is optional whether to report or not to any crime to police forces. And last option is reporting crimes to police is not very important. Anything related to crime, you must report to police forces. Therefore, the correct answer is number one, option number one. Let's go to next question. Which of the following statements is true? TFL will send you to courses if there are serious complaints made against you. Option number two, TFL may have to suspend or revoke your license if a serious complaint is made against you. Option number three, you can still drive while you have your license revoked or suspended. Correct answer is option number two. Let's go to next question. Which of the following statements is correct? Option number one. It is acceptable to make jokes about someone's age, race, or religion. Option number two. You are allowed to have discussion about the customer's age or race. Option number three. You should never joke with your customer when you are driving. Correct answer is the last one. Let's try next question. In which area you are not permitted to drop off passengers? Option number one, single and double yellow or red lines. Option number two, in places where loading is allowed. Option number three, in the middle of the road even if your vehicle is stopped due to traffic. Option number four, in most bus lanes, although you should avoid this if possible as it might delay or obstruct buses. Not permitted. In the middle of the road, even if a vehicle has stopped due to traffic. Let's try next question. Which of the following rules does apply for PHV drivers? Option number one. If you park or wait on a taxi rank, you may not be fined. Option number two. PHV drivers should not park or wait on a taxi rank at any time. Option number three, taxi ranks can only be used by licensed London taxis. The last option is taxi ranks can only be used by licensed London police. Following which does apply for PHV drivers. Correct answer is PHV drivers should not park or wait on a taxi rank at any time. Let's go to the next one. What should you do to avoid collisions? Option number one, drive fast and make dangerous maneuvers. Option number two, don't rush. Drive safely for weather conditions. Third option is drive without thinking about the safety of others. Last option is do nothing. Correct answer is don't rush. Let's go to next question. Who must you check with to see if it is safe for you to drive while on prescribed medication? While on prescribed medication, to police, to GP, or TFL? Always GP. Let's try next question. Which of the following should you do when providing the best service for your customers? When giving change to vision impaired passengers, you should count coins for them. Don't offer to help count out the change. Option number three, only be prepared to help some passengers. Option number four, help passenger places where the pavement is on a slope. Which of the following should you do? Option number one is the right answer. Be kind to those have vision problem. What must you do if you drive a designated wheelchair accessible vehicle. Option number one, make sure the equipment is in good working order and available to use at any time. Option number two, only check if the equipment works when picking up passengers. Option number three, pick up and drop off wheelchair passengers at places where the pavement is on a slope. Last option is don't ensure that the passenger has the best journey with you. Option number one, make sure all the equipment are in good working order. Let's go to next question. Who is at risk? A person over 18. Option number one, a person over 18 in need of extra care and support, risk of harm and abuse, as not able to protect themselves due to age, disabilities, or mental illness. Option number two, a person over 16 in need of extra care and support, risk of harm or abuse, as not able to protect themselves due to age, disabilities, or mental illness. Option number three, a person over 18 not in need of extra care and support, not risk of harm or abuse, as not able to protect themselves due to their age, disability, or mental illness. The last option is a person over age 16 not in need of extra care and support, no risk of harm or abuse, as not able to protect themselves due to age, disabilities, or mental illness. Correct answer is the first one. A person over 18 who need our care and support. Let's try next question. What is criminal exploitation? Option number one, organized criminal gang who use children and young adults to sell drugs using transport or cross areas, which is known as county line. Option number two, the areas where you should not drive. Option number three, areas where you cannot pick up or drop off passengers. Last option is it shows the boundary lines for different areas in a city. Correct answer is organized gang. Let's go to next question. Which of the following is not a sign that a child or vulnerable person is at risk? Option number one, someone in the vehicle who may be under the influence of drug or alcohol or drugs. Option number two, someone who does not eat enough food to keep him fit. Option number three, someone who seems to be controlled and having their decisions made by another adult. Last option is someone who is on the phone to his friend, which is not a sign. Someone who is on the phone to his friend. Let's go to next one. Which of the following statements is correct? You should talk to your operator about ride-sharing policies. Option number two, your operator should not provide ride-sharing training. Option number three, Metropolitan Police should provide you ride-sharing training. Last option is your trading standard from your local authority should provide the training. Correct answer is you should talk to your operator about ride-sharing policies. Let's try next question. Which of the following statement is correct about ride-sharing? Option number one, two people have a similar route to and from work and travel at different times. Option number two, two people have a similar route to and from work and travel at similar times. Option number three, two people have different routes to and from work and travel at different times. Last option is two people disagree to travel at similar time. Correct answer is the second one. Two people have a similar route to and from work and travel at the same time. Let's try next question. This time we will face sentence completion question. So let's try. Your PHV driver's badge displays your name, photograph, license number, and the date of your license period, and period what? And so and it go there to the right box, and the wrong one will drag to incorrect answer box. Let's go to next question. Once a PHV licensed, the registered what? Keeper is given a vehicle license and license disc will be fixed to the front and rear windscreens of the vehicle. So drag this word to that box. Now we'll read the following sentence. The registered keeper also receives a leaflet which briefly describes the condition of the vehicle. PHV license lasts for 1 year, and the vehicle must have another licensing what? Inspection before a new license can be issued. So inspection would go there, inspection over here, and now we'll drag the wrong word to the wrong box, incorrect answer box. Keepers. Let's get to the next question. Every PHV must have a hire or reward what? Reward insurance. The insurance policy must be valid when the vehicle is licensed. And at all times when the vehicle is being used as a PHV. So now we'll drag the wrong word to the wrong box, incorrect answers box. There you go. Let's try next question. It is important that you read any letters you receive from TFL or the manufacturers carefully. So now we'll drag the wrong words to the incorrect answers box. Let's go to next question. You can only accept a fare if the passenger has booked the journey through a licensed London PHV operator. You must not approach who? Approach people. But go there on the pavement or outside a late night venue to offer them private hire services. So now we'll drag incorrect words to incorrect answers box. Here you go. Let's try next question. Don't what? Verb. Behave in an antisocial manner. Don't leave litter in the street or road. Do not go to the toilet in a public place, and don't leave your engine running. Have respect for the area you are working. So now we'll drag incorrect words to incorrect box. Next one. TFL has no power to set or control the fares charged by PHV operators. However, it is important that all customers understand the fare if they are going to be charged. So now I'll drag this B word to there and then wrong word to my incorrect answers box. Gone back. Let's try next question. It is important that each time a passenger gets into PHV, they receive a high quality service from their private hire driver. Operators must keep details of all complaints made to them. So now we'll type the incorrect words to incorrect answer box. Let's try next question. You should never use a passenger's contact details to start communicating with them about anything other than the booked journey. Contacting a passenger for personal or special reason are unacceptable and a misuse of passengers' personal information. So I will now drag the wrong word to the incorrect answer box. Let's try next question. The license disc must not be changed or removed in any way. You should not remove the disc even if you are using the vehicle for private hire purposes. The license discs contain the security features which mean that the vehicle discs will be permanently damaged if you try to remove them. Now we will drag the incorrect word to the incorrect answers box. Let's try next question. Please remember, you cannot use a vehicle for private hire purposes if the license discs are what? Missing, have been badly damaged, or the appearance has been spoiled in any way. So now we will drag the words we don't need in the incorrect answers box. There you go. Let's try next question. You can carry the insurance details available, insurance details, or display them within the vehicle. You must make details of the insurance available to who? Police forces when you ask for them. You must also provide insurance details to a passenger or member of the public if the vehicle you are driving is involved in a collision. Let's try next question. You should check what signage is displayed about stopping or waiting and make sure you understand and follow the instructions. Now we'll drag the incorrect word to our incorrect answer box. There you go. Let's try next question. You can pick up or drop off passengers on single and double red lines. Now we'll drag the words we don't need to complete the sentences. There you go. Let's try next question. Taxi ranks can only be used by who? By licensed London taxis only, not by PHVs. PHVs should not park or wait on working taxi ranks at any time, not pick up or drop off passengers on a taxi ranks. Now we'll drag incorrect words to our incorrect answers box in the red area. Let's go to next. Now we're going to submit the exam.